To wind the bobbin, we first need to retrieve the bobbin from the bobbin holder. Press the bobbin cover release button, remove the cover, and retrieve the bobbin. This is a Singer Class 15 transparent bobbin, so when you want to buy more bobbins for your machine, make sure that they're Singer Class 15 bobbins. Place your thread spool on the spool pin and set it in place with your spool cap. Take the thread end under this thread guide, around this thread guide here, around this thread guide at the back, just behind the bobbin winding tension disc. Make sure that your thread slips completely under the discs. Maybe you want to hold it with your left hand as you pull with your right hand just to make sure that it's in there. Now place the end of the thread through one of these holes in your bobbin, hold the thread end, and place the bobbin down onto the bobbin winding spindle. Make sure you press it all the way down and then press to the right. Hold this thread end as you step on the foot controller to begin winding the bobbin. You can stop to trim the thread tail and then resume winding. The bobbin will stop automatically when it's full. Push to the left, then lift the bobbin off the bobbin winding spindle and cut the thread. To insert the bobbin, place the bobbin in the bobbin holder. To make sure you have it in properly, as you pull the thread, check that it turns counterclockwise. Now, with a finger held lightly on the bobbin, bring the thread tail into this first guide, right here, and then lay it in this second little groove right here, and then replace the bobbin cover. We'll draw up the bobbin thread after we thread the needle. Now we're ready to thread the top of the machine. You want to make sure your presser foot lifter is raised and your needle is in its highest position, and you can do that by turning the hand wheel toward you. The top of the machine probably looks like this from having wound the bobbin, so just take this thread out of the bobbin winding tension disc. And now we've got our thread end in our left hand. We're going to place it underneath this first thread guide, and then we're going to bring it around like so, down around the U-turn, up around this next U-turn, bring it back down to the needle threader. Bring your thread around this thread guide right here, then lower your presser foot, bring your thread around this hook on the needle threader assembly, and push the needle threader all the way down as you bring your thread into the holder. Release with your left hand as you let go of the thread with your right hand, and you'll see a little loop form. You can raise the presser foot lifter, pull the loop through, then holding this thread with your left hand lightly, turn the hand wheel toward you and pull slightly to draw up the bobbin thread. You'll see the loop come up, bring the bobbin thread through, and then put both threads to the back, and you're ready to start sewing. So let's now test our stitch to make sure we threaded the machine correctly. Place your fabric under the presser foot, lower the presser foot, and our machine is already set on straight stitch when we turn the machine on, so we can just begin. And step on your foot control to begin sewing. When you come to the end of your seam, if you want to sew in reverse, right up here is a reverse button, so you can just press and hold it for as many stitches as you want to sew in reverse. And at the end of your seam, you can use your thread cutting button, which will raise your needle and cut both the top and bobbin thread for you. Stitch looks good on top, looks good on the back. So we threaded perfectly. If for some reason when you sew, the top looks great, but the back side looks thready and loopy, it's actually an indication that you threaded the top of the machine incorrectly. Your machine comes with a variety of presser feet, and from time to time you'll want to change them depending on the sewing technique you're doing. To change a presser foot, raise the presser foot lifter and put your finger behind on this lever behind the presser foot holder, press to release, and take your new presser foot, line it up underneath the presser foot holder, lower it until the foot snaps into place. When you select a stitch, the optimum thread tension is pre-selected for you. Press this button to view the tension setting. If you choose to adjust the setting for your project, just press the buttons below the screen. A higher number means a tighter needle thread tension, and a lower number means a looser needle thread tension. The default value will be displayed with a darker colored box behind the number, so you'll always know what default setting is. Let's take a look at how to use our speed control. You can set it from slow to fast because sometimes you want to sew slowly and sometimes you want to sew faster. When you put your fabric under the presser foot to sew, if you step on the foot control without lowering the presser foot lifter, you're going to hear this beep sound, and that's an indication that you need to lower your presser foot lifter. So now you're ready to begin. So here we go at about a medium speed, but I can set this to sew slower. And as I move it to the right, it goes faster and faster and faster until it goes full speed. Anywhere you want it, wherever you're comfortable. When you come to the end, just press your scissor button, which is your thread cutter button. It cuts both your top and bottom thread at the same time. Now another thing you can do with your speed control is as you're sewing along, and you're at a normal speed, but you maybe just want to slow down a little bit, you can press your, what looks like a little turtle there, that's your sew slow button, and that will continue sewing slowly until you touch the button again, and then it will resume speed. So you have actually a couple different ways that you can control the speed of your sewing.